we are talking about the ammonia. It is a compound of nitrogen, and it was first prepared by the Priestley in 1774. So it was prepared by the reaction of NH4Cl, that is ammonium chloride, with lime, that means calcium oxide. Now we are talking about the laboratory method. So this is the laboratory method. In the laboratory, ammonia is prepared by the heating a mixture of slaked lime and ammonium chloride. So this is slaked lime, that is calcium hydroxide, and ammonium chloride. When heat together, they will form calcium chloride, ammonia, and water. This is laboratory setup by which we can form ammonia. Now the industrial method is Haber's process, well known process, or Haber's process, which is a commercial method for the preparation of ammonia. So on a large scale, ammonia is manufactured by Haber's process. This is the reaction: N2 in gaseous state plus 3H2 in gaseous state, 2NH3. This reaction is reversible reaction. Okay, and this is an exothermic reaction. So a large amount of heat will release in this process. That's why the energy value is minus 46.1 kilojoule per mole. So we find that the forward reaction is exothermic and proceed with decreasing number of gaseous moles. Therefore, according to Le-Chatelier's principle, the condition favorable for the forward process are low temperature and high pressure. So this is the favorable condition for this reaction. At low temperature, and the rate of reaction becomes very slow, and the pressure becomes 200 into 10 power 5 or 200 atm. And the use of catalysts such as iron oxide and with a small amount of K2O and Al2O3 to increase the rate of attainment of equilibrium. This is the flow chart of this process. Here H2 and N2 gases are entering in this process and compressed by this compressor. Then these gases are going towards the catalytic chamber, in which iron oxide, Al2O3 and K2O is present. After the catalysis, these gases and H2, N2 and NH3 will go into the condenser for the liquefaction, and the remaining H2, N2 will go in pump and then again will react into the catalytic chamber. In this way, the industries can form or manufacture the NH3 or ammonia. These are other methods. So first one is by the reaction of ammonium salt. Second one is by a combination of N2 and H2 in the presence of catalyst. This is called direct combination. By hydrolysis of calcium cyanamide, by organic amides, and by metal nitrates. Now the physical properties of ammonia. So it is a colorless gas with a characteristic pungent, choking smell. It is quite poisonous. Okay, its boiling point is minus 33.35 degrees C. It is lighter than air, highly soluble in water due to the presence of intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Then the aqueous solution of NH3 is generally referred to the solution of weak base. So it will form the weak base after the dissolution in water. It can easily be liquefied at room temperature. By the application of pressure, it freezes at minus 78 degrees C. Liquid ammonia resembles water as being highly associated by a strong hydrogen bonding. So it's self-ionized like water. It behaves as water. Now these are the chemical properties. First one is thermal stability. So ammonia is a stable compound. It does not decompose even up to 773 Kelvin. Okay. Combustion: ammonia burns in oxygen with a greenish yellow flame. So this is reaction. Now reducing agent. So ammonia acts as reducing agent due to the presence of the lone pair on nitrogen. So this is the example by which you can prove that ammonia is a good reducing agent. CuO plus 2NH3 is heating and forms 3Cu N2 plus 3H2O. Next one is reaction with halogen. So when NH3 react with halogen, in excess N2 and NH4Cl are formed. So if Cl2 is in excess, then it will be explosive and Cl3 is formed. Basic property. So NH3 will react with concentrated HCl and produce white fumes of NH4Cl. That is called ammonium chloride. Reaction with alkali metals. Alkali metals like Na. When ammonia is react with alkali metals at 575 Kelvin, it will form NaNH2. It is called sodium amide. Now, reaction with sodium hypochlorite and reaction with carbon dioxide. So when ammonia will react with carbon dioxide, it will form urea at 200 atm pressure. Reaction with bleaching powder. When ammonia is react with bleaching powder, it will form CaCl2 N2N water molecule. Reaction with hydrogen peroxide. So reacting with the hydrogen peroxide, it will form nitrous acid, that is called HNO2. Nessler's reagent. When ammonia is react with Nessler's reagent, K2HgI4 in presence of KOH, it will form iodide of Million's base. This formed in the form of PPT or brown precipitate. Reaction with metal salt. So these are the reactions with metal salts. You can see here in every reaction there is a precipitation will form. Now reaction with ammonium chloride. When NH3 will react with ammonium chloride, liquid ammonia functions as a good solvent for many substances and many types of reactions. So they can form the amides. Okay, amides. Reaction with acetic acid. On reacting with acetic acid, and acetic acid is a weak acid, so in weak acid in water but behaves as a strong acid in liquid ammonia. So acetic acid is a weak actually, but with liquid ammonia it will behave as a strong acid. Now tests for the identification of the ammonia is, first one is it gives brown PPT with Nessler's reagent. Second one is with a drop of HCl it produces cleans white fumes of ammonium chloride. Third one is with copper sulfate solution, it gives a deep blue solution, and it gives a yellow PPT with a chloroplatinic acid. Now the uses of ammonia are, it is used to manufacture various nitrogenous fertilizers such as ammonium nitrate, urea, ammonium phosphate, ammonium sulfate, and in many nitrogen containing inorganic compounds. Second one is liquid ammonia is used as refrigerant and laboratory reagent. It is used as, and next one is it is used as a cleaning agent for removing grease.